Is Interactive Brokers still one of the best options for investors from all over the world? So I am a long-time user. I'm also a huge fan. This is one of the first brokers I used when I just started out with a few $100s, and I'm still using them today with a much larger portfolio. So I thought maybe I should do an updated review for all of you guys. Let's get to it. By the way, if any of you guys are interested in signing up for Interactive Brokers, then you can sign up with my link. I'll leave it down below. So first, let's talk about one of the most basic but important things when we're talking about choosing a broker for our long-term investments, which is it safe for us to use? What I would say is that they are a really reputable broker who are based out of the US, and they started out in 1978. So right now, they're also listed in the US in the Nasdaq exchange, and they have a market cap of nearly $100 billion. So yeah, they are kind of big. But what if anything bad were to happen to them? So first, I want to give a disclaimer to my fellow Malaysians. Interactive Brokers is not regulated by Securities Commission Malaysia. So if this is a deal breaker for you, then you should look elsewhere. There are other options as well, like Mumu and Rakuten, who are both licensed and regulated by SC Malaysia. So even though they are not regulated here, they are regulated in many other countries like the US, Hong Kong, and Singapore as well. One good thing is that Interactive Brokers does have SIPC coverage of up to $500,000, which means that if anything bad were to happen to them, let's say they failed as a business, we would be covered for this amount. Also, even though SIPC is kind of like an American thing, it still does cover investors from all over the world. So if you are a Malaysian, an Indonesian, a Singaporean, it really doesn't matter. You can still claim for SIPC coverage if anything were to happen to Interactive Brokers. For me, all of this is good enough, and I am comfortable investing my money here, but you guys need to make your own decisions, especially if they are not regulated in your country. So having said all of that, what can you trade on IBKR? They offer us so many different markets and so many different products. I honestly think this is one of their biggest strengths. I haven't found any other broker yet that offers this kind of range. You can trade stocks from the US, from many countries in Europe, and even many countries in Asia as well, like Hong Kong and Singapore. Recently, they also launched access to the Bursa Malaysia stock market. Being able to manage all of your positions across so many different markets using just one broker is honestly extremely convenient. But to be honest, personally, I'm only invested into US and UK markets. I'm not so keen on the others, and I haven't tried out the Bursa Malaysia site yet. In terms of products, you'll of course get access to the normal stuff, stocks, ETFs, but you'll also get access to things like futures, options, and many other things. And that's why I say they offer so many different products. In terms of their fees, they are extremely competitive. This is at least true for their US and UK side because that is what I trade. I haven't really compared all of them, but you guys can have a look on their website yourself. But yeah, for the US stocks and ETFs, the commission per share is less than 1 cent, and the minimum per trade is only 35 cents. By the way, for those of you guys who don't know, there are two different pro plans, the fixed and the tiered ones. To me, you should almost always be on the tiered plan because it's almost always cheaper. They also have another plan called IBKR Lite, and apparently there are zero commissions for that, but that is only for US citizens. My UK market investments are also pretty cheap because the commissions are really low as well, and the minimum per trade is only 1 GBP. Honestly, as a Malaysian, I don't even know that many places that we can invest in the UK market, so just having it alone is already good enough. Now, let's move on to the trading experience. So I will be sharing my screen just so you guys know how the UI is like. I'll show you guys how you can place trades as well. And I'll also share with you guys some of the cool features that I like. So they have a web version, which is great because I think it's really convenient. And I think for most people, the web version should be good enough. But if you're more of an active trader, then maybe you will want to consider the Trader Workstation or the IBKR desktop. Those two are really good options as well for the more active trader, but I won't cover this in today's video. I will be focusing more on the web version because to me, that's what the majority need. Alright, so once you guys have an IBKR account, you log in, this is what you will see. This is the dashboard. To me, it looks really clean, looks nice and easy to navigate, but it also looks professional, so that's nice. But anyway, yeah, so this is a dashboard. It will just give you a quick overview of basically, your positions, how much money you have, how well they're doing, and stuff like that. But if you want to get into your portfolio, you want to get into the details, then let's click onto the portfolio. And you guys can see all the open positions that you currently have. So, like I said, I'm only an ETF investor, so I have these 6 different ETFs. And you guys can see here, CSPX, that is a UK listed ETF of the S&P 500. So the reason that I want this is because for non-American citizens, buying something like the S&P 500 through SPY, which is listed in the US, the dividend tax on it, the withholding tax is higher than if you went for a UK listed version, which is why a lot of people do choose CSPX, and which is why, like I said, I like Interactive Brokers for my long-term investment. It just gives me access to different markets and it makes things a lot easier managing all of this via one broker. But yeah, this is where you'll see all your positions. Now, let me show you guys how you can make a trade. Let's say you want to buy more. Let's say we want Tesla, right? So let's say like Tesla. Okay, I can see here there's options, option chains and stuff like that, but let's just stick with the stock because it's a lot easier. So, right, Tesla. Let's say we want to buy some Tesla shares, right? We are bullish on Elon Musk. We think it's going to $1,000, so we want to invest some money here. Let's just say, for example. So, one good thing is, okay, first of all, the order type you have to choose whatever you want. You can choose market or limit order, it's up to you. I'll just put limit here for an example. So let's say we want to buy one share. But the good thing about interactive brokers is that they also allow fractional share trading. So you can even do 0.1 shares, even 0.01 shares if you wanted to, right? You can see it's only $3 to buy 0.01 shares. But let's say I'll do 0.5 shares, $186. Right now, the limit price is $372.06. I don't mind waiting a bit, so let's say I'll just put $350, okay? Time in force is how long you want this order to be valid for, only for today, or is it good until you cancel it? I'll just put good till cancel, usually I'll do that. And then outside RTH means, do you want this order to only fill during market hours or even during pre-market or post-market? So if you want it only during market hours, then you can put this as no. So once that is done, you can click buy, and yeah, your order is there. If Tesla price reaches $350, you will get filled, or I will get filled. But if you want to get filled immediately, then you should use market orders. But anyway, since this is just an example, I don't actually want to buy Tesla. I only invest in ETFs. I'll just cancel this order. All right, cancel. Okay, so let's go through some of the other features and functionalities that IBKR has on their web platform. Let's go back to Tesla again. They of course have the standard charting tool. So they give you all of these stuff that you can make indicators and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan. I don't really use this. I prefer to use TradingView for my charting, and I'll use interactive brokers for my trades. So yeah, that's just my preference. But if you guys want to use this, it does seem pretty good. They also give you guys a lot of news, so you can see any news on Tesla, any events that they're going to have upcoming. And then you can also get a lot of fundamental data. So let's say you are someone who wants to do fundamental analysis. You want to make sure that the company you're choosing is correct. Just click this tab here, fundamentals, and you'll get a lot of information. So you'll get dividends. Obviously, Tesla doesn't pay dividends, so nothing here. ESG ratings and impact as well, if that is something that matters to you. And then you'll also get all their standard stuff. So their financials for the last quarter, for the last year, analyst ratings, their forecasts, and even their ownership. You know, how much is being owned by institutions, others, and stuff like that. So there are a lot of information here. You can dive into the details as well. Let's say you want to look more into the financials, you can look into it. So this is a lot of information that they do share that can be very helpful for long-term investors. Personally, again, I don't use this because, like I said, I don't invest in individual shares. I only invest in ETFs. So these things, I guess, doesn't really matter to me. If you are more of a trader or you want a more technical view of it, so let's say you are sold by Tesla, you want to invest in it, but you also want to make sure that you're buying at the right time based on charts. So they do have this thing called Trading Central, which they mark here as new. I have never used this, but they do give you guys some technical insights on that particular stock. So this is not a buy or sell call, of course. This is just meant to guide you. But you guys can see here that based on their 28 technical events, Tesla in the short and intermediate term, it seems like it's bearish. But for the long term, when we're talking about more than 9 months, it seems to be bullish. Again, this is not a buy call. IBKR, we are not making any calls at all. This is just to help us guide our decision making, I guess. But as you can scroll through here, look at, support, resistance, all those stuff that they have set up. So this is a pretty good feature by IBKR, and I feel like they do give us a lot of information on the stocks that we want to invest or trade in. And then the final thing that I want to show you guys is, so this to me is really useful, and it's called recurring investments. So if you click trade and you click recurring investments, you guys will go onto this page where I don't have any setup right now, but let's just create one. So recurring investments is really helpful for those of you guys who are like me. You prefer a more DCA approach compared to investing one lump sum amount, a huge amount, or doing it manually, because who wants to do these things manually, right? So let's say you want to DCA, you want to invest $100 every single month. So let's say we want to invest in SPY, S&P 500 ETF, right? Let's just choose that. Stock, perfect. Let's start today, and then let's say I want to invest $100 each time, and I want to do this bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, okay? So you can either end this on a specific date, or you can end this after a specific number of installments. So let's say we do this 10 times. Or of course, you can just put no end date if you want to continuously invest, which is a good thing. But let's say for this example, let's just do 10 times. We click continue. And then you get a summary of the entire thing. So you can just confirm again. Yes, this is the asset that I want to invest in, SPY. Start date is today, end date is the 14th of June. How this end date comes about is because I set bi-weekly investments 10 times. So I'll do this 10 times, 100 USD each. The total investment that I would make in this period into SPY will be 1,000 US dollars. You guys can obviously adjust it to however you like, but to me, yeah, this is a really cool feature. It just makes investing, dollar cost averaging extremely simple. So yeah, I really like this. I'm a fan. I don't have it yet, but it's a nice to have. So that is the web version of IBKR. They of course have a mobile version as well. I don't use that so much just because back in the days, I didn't think that the mobile app was very user-friendly. It was a bit hard to navigate, very cluttered, but they did make an update and now it looks a lot better actually. It looks like a lot of the newer age brokers. It's just really simple to navigate. The UI is great as well. So yeah, if you guys are more of a mobile first trader or investor, there is that option as well. Now, let's talk about deposits and withdrawals. And Interactive Brokers also has many options, which is impressive considering the number of countries that they have to cater to. So as a Malaysian, previously what I used to do was that I used to transfer money into CIMB Singapore. So I opened the CIMB Singapore account, extremely simple. I moved money from CIMB Malaysia to CIMB Singapore, and then I deposited into Interactive Brokers using the account with SGD. Then after it's in Interactive Brokers, I'll convert the SGD into USD. So the rates that Interactive Brokers gives is actually pretty good because we are trading this currency in a way at spot rate. So the only thing that we'll need to pay for is the exchange rate. So yeah, this was what I used to do. It is, I wouldn't say so convenient because there are a few steps to it, but at least we are getting pretty good rates. But in 2023, they made my life so much easier because Interactive Brokers decided to link up with Wise, which allows us to really easily just deposit and withdraw money from IBKR using Wise. So the good thing is, of course, Wise, if you guys didn't know, they are a multi-currency platform where we can store different currencies and stuff like that. But the good thing is Wise is extremely cheap, so the only thing that you need to pay for is fees. The exchange rates are really good. So now I link my IBKR to Wise, I make deposits through that. I haven't had any issues at all. It's really good. I've also tried withdrawing money from IBKR. I always do that when I use a new platform, just to make sure that, you know, I can get money out. So yeah, I have tried withdrawing from IBKR back in the days. I use both bank transfers, wire transfers to my CIMB Singapore, and I've also tried withdrawing from Wise. I haven't had any issues. The money reaches your account pretty quickly. So that's my thoughts on using Interactive Brokers for my investments. To me, they are still one of my favorite options. Whether it comes to trading or investing, they are, to me at least, one of the better ones out there, just because, like I said, their fees are pretty low. Their UI, to me, it's gotten a lot better these days. And they give us access to so many different markets and products as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment below. If any of you guys want to sign up for IBKR, use my link in the description of this video. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching this video to the end, guys. Give me a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.